Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome once again to press conference today. We have Grand Canyon University with us. We have Coach Matt Worley, student athletes Jared Anderson and Jackson Hickman. And Coach, if we can start with an opening statement going into tomorrow night's semifinals.
Yeah, we're really excited. We are expecting a crazy environment, which we're comfortable in front of. Starting on that side right in front of their student body, I think is going to be pretty entertaining for our guys, but they like to thrive in that environment, and we should be comfortable going into it with that, but we're going to have to play a good game because I think it's going to be a pretty good fight.
Vinny Lips here from Off the Block. Question for Matt and Jackson to start off with. You played Long Beach last year in the NCAA tournament. Just want to know, it was a tough fought match. How much after the match have you spent this last year thinking about that match or watching it on volumetrics?
Go ahead.
I personally have thought about it a lot. I've watched it a couple times, definitely, and I think right after I just stayed on the court a little bit. I remember I mentioned that in the conference after, was just like looking, seeing, kind of using it as motivation to get back in the gym in the summer, get in the gym in the fall and work, and it's kind of come full circle with it, a chance to play them again. They're a really good team, and I'm excited. It's going to be a good match for sure.
Yeah, this will be, I guess, our third time seeing them ever postseason or regular season outside of our fall tournament. So we are familiar with them. We're already diving into scout. So without seeing them and playing, in the pyramid, that was our first time ever playing in the pyramid. We're holding on to that last loss, but I think we got to move on from it, learn from it, and be better. I mean, I think we learn more from our losses and mistakes than we do with wins.
And then going off that, Coach, what do you feel has been the biggest improvement in this team from last year when you last saw Long Beach?
It's our level of consistency. So we were pretty air prone from the service line last year, which was a little bit of an issue. This year we haven't been doing that. We've allowed our block and defense to do some work, and we know our offense is one of the best in the country. We can compete with the best with our offense. So it's just a matter if we can keep that consistent pressure on and not have too many unforced errors.
Question for Jared and Jackson. You look at the environment that there's going to be tomorrow night. Coach talked about your fans are known to be crazy and loud. Long Beach State fans are crazy and loud. As players, though, how do you make sure you keep your emotions in check and don't have that adrenaline pumping too much, when you hit a ball or start play?
Yeah, I think it's just important to remember just take a deep breath and just enjoy the moment. Like Coach said, it's going to be a crazy environment, so trying our best to soak it in, but again, just do what we do and play our best game.
I think we thrive in this atmosphere, and I remember we played BYU. It was crazy there, and we just love playing in that moment with all these fans, and it's just an honor. I think, just like he said, taking a deep breath, realizing you're in the moment, but just doing what you do every game, play and give it your best effort.
Coach, looking at Grand Canyon, they have a really good blocking team. Is there any adjustments you make in terms of running the offense, knowing that you're going up against such a good block?
Yeah, we're going to talk a lot about serve receive in our first contacts more than anything. We're going to have to be really bought in. Their pressure from the service line is next level. We know that's coming our direction. So I think we're going to talk a little bit more about our first contact before we really talk about our offense, because you guys saw what Nick Slight was capable of doing last night with reversing flow, keeping that tempo, keeping blocks off balance. So I think if we pass again, our offense is going to be fine. It's going to be, the block and defense side and putting some pressure on from the service line. I think it's going to be the deal breaker.
Coach, I want to ask you about the person standing right next to you, the player. No offense to moderator, but we can talk about him if you want. But talking about Jared, you made the change kind of midway through the year, a little after putting him into the starting lineup. Can you just talk about what made you make that change at the time and how you feel that he's played the second half of the season? Yeah,
ironically enough, we threw this lineup out there at the gold mine or in the gold mine this fall. So we've had it in our back pocket all year. It was just a matter of timing, I think, more than anything. Jared has been the most humble, not asking, hey, why am I not on the court? Because he was very deserving of being on the court. He waited his time, and he has been such a stud for us. So I think timing and allowing, Camden to not dwell on maybe previous matches where he would have struggled in serve receive. Camden's serve receive has been pretty top notch. So I think ultimately for just a fresh start of the season, it came at the right time for us. And like I said, it's getting us to that next level, and Jarrett's a huge part of that.
Jared, I want to ask you kind of two questions, kind of talking about this season for you. you were such a star player at D3. How much of it do you feel out there when you're balling out, showing that, hey, D3 players, we can compete at this high level too?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of talent, obviously, in the D3 level. And just to be in this D1 level, it's been an honor and a blessing for sure. And I'm just excited to be here, ultimately.
And then what do you feel is you've got an opportunity to participate in both the D3 NCAA tournament and then this one. What do you feel is the biggest difference?
I mean, obviously, just the level of play, you're seeing a lot bigger arms, a lot bigger guys. And so I've just been trying to stay aggressive and ultimately just try to be more consistent and keep doing what we're doing.
Jackson, what do you think after the week off from the conference tournament, how your level of play carried over from what you guys were doing at MPSF?
I think it was a little different last night. We kind of felt like we didn't play our best match, and it was just a kind of a weird vibe. I don't know if we were getting settled in. I know me and Camden had struggled a little bit seeing serves coming at us. Maybe it was the arena playing there for the first time, but I think we started to hit that stride at times, like how we were playing in the MPSF. And kind of trying to manufacture that energy and the defensive and block and bring that to here, which I think we started to do at the end, which is good because we're going to use it moving forward.
And Jarrett, coming to GCU, what has that fulfilled for what you were looking for in your transfer, and maybe what were you also surprised that you got out of it?
Yeah, I was ultimately just looking to get better and grow as a player and obviously try to my best to contribute to the team. And so now that's happened, I'm just super happy to be here.
Matt, you were saying last game was like strength on strength a little bit. How does this one differ from that one as far as your areas of strengths and what is more contrasting?
Yeah, again, I think we're very comparable to Long Beach State. From the service line, we know they're going to bring some heat. Like I said, they're going to put some pressure on our seams. Their experience, obviously, on this stage, they're going to be very comfortable at home. I don't think they've lost at home this year, if I remember correctly. It's going to be good. I think it's just really going to come down to serve and pass because I think both teams are very, very comparable.
And for both of you guys, how much is it weighing in on your mind just about, like, you never know what's going to be your last match when you go out there anymore, and how does that motivate you inside?
Yeah, I don't think I've thought about that too much, kind of just going into the game, I guess, one step at a time and kind of just taking it all in and just enjoying the moment. You never know when it's all going to be end, but you just got to put everything out there and do your best.
Yeah, I think I haven't really thought about it that much. It almost feels like it's just not going to end because we in the MPSF, like, hey, it's win or go home. We win the MPSF, now we're here, it's win or go home, and just go out there and put your best effort and your best game out there and see what happens. And then, we'll think about that when it comes, but for now it's just going out there and enjoying it with your team, and enjoying it means, like, putting your best game out there and trying to win it.
Coach, we've talked a lot about this match, but is there any in particular matchup, individual going up against individual, that you're excited about and that volleyball nerds can dork out about?
Honestly, I think the middles are going to be the fun ones to watch. I think I guess the middle combination on both our squads are so offensive, but also can be so defensive. I think that battle in the middle of the court is going to be a good one.
And then final question for me, for both the players, it's media day, so you get one off-the-wall question. Had my 6-year-old come up with questions. So she wants to know, what's your favorite holiday?
Take away.
I'm going to go with Christmas. Lots of joy and happiness around that time, so Christmas it is.
I'll go Thanksgiving. Football, food. Doesn't get better than that.
Coach, you're welcome.
I'll go with Thanksgiving as well. I think presents get in the way of a lot of things with 2 little kids, so I think Thanksgiving, it's just all about family.
Jackson, one more for you. You've been in this program so long. What did last night mean for you to have that moment and be here today?
It's pretty special. It's to see the program coach has built and to be a part of it is just an honor. And to honestly see the crowd, like when we win and then we look up and the crowd's in purple and everybody's going crazy, like they were just won the game with us. It's special. Like it won't hit me until this summer, but it's bigger than a lot of us. I feel like this whole thing. So it's just really, really cool to be a part of.
Okay, any more? All right, that'll conclude the press conference. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.